Hi guys, Scott Barry here. In this video we're going to go over dual, or the dual button, which is basically just a layer. Now the way that dual works is that it's going to grab the first two parts, so part 1 and part 2, and automatically layer them together. This can be really great, especially if you're in a scene level and you just want to layer those really quick without having to go into the part level. You can just hit the dual button. Same thing with split, which we'll go over later. First thing we want to do is go ahead and start in an initialized scene. And once we're in that initialized scene, we can go into the part mode. Now, this is where we would select the two sounds that we want. So again, this is our selector or our edit buttons for which parts, and these are the parts being turned on or off. So right now it would be just a single sound, but if I lit 7 over here, so that's basically 1 and 2 parts, now they're layered. Notice how the dual button jumped on. So a single sound, if I layered that, that's going to be dual. So that's what that button's doing on the side. So if we want to select the sounds that we want for the dual, I would select part 1, and then I can use whichever model I want. So let's say I want a Jupiter, that's great. Go back to part 1. I can move through whatever sound I want. Perfect. Now, if I select part 2, notice that only part 1 is on right now. So if I want to hear that, I need to turn part 2 on. So does this make sense? This is the one I'm editing. This is the one that's sounding. They're both part 2. So I will go through and select another sound that I may want. So let's just go through and find something that's cool. How about this? Let's see. Perfect. Just for a great example. So now if I like both of them, I'm going to have strings and this other sound. Again, part 1 is just strings. Part 2 is this. So again, I've got the two parts. One's a Juno 106, the other one's a Jupiter-Xm. Now I can play individually, strings, or if I push the dual button. Dual's lit, which would be the exact same result if I was in the scene level. If I'm in scene, I could just hit dual and turn that on as I needed. All right, once I have my dual set up, I can go ahead and exit out of this. Definitely write it if it's something that you want to save. So make sure you go through write, and we'll go through that in another video. But if I select scene, how do I push on that dual button? So right now we have one part. So how do we turn on the dual button? If you push the button, you're actually going to select another scene. So because it's linked to the function button, make sure that you light function first and then push dual. Just another cool way that you can move things around in a live setting. I hope that helped. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.